for boring. Where you can feast with the nectar of the gods. You'll always have a seat at Norse Hall.
Welcome everybody to Top Dog Coverage, where you can find some of the greatest football action happening, football talks, football fantasy waiver wires, fantasy football news, fantasy football in general, the new NCAA people coming up. You're getting ready for the 2026 draft. Like, what did he just say? 2026 draft? We're in week 2, but we're always looking ahead. C-Dub, what's going on, baby?
What's up? It's another beautiful day.
It is another beautiful day, and we are heading towards week 2 already.
It's almost Thursday night game already.
It is. And week 2 brings a lot of joy because week 1 is out of the way. Everybody's expectations for what they thought were in week 1 are behind them.
Yep. Yeah, because week 1, like, believe it or not, was a wacky, kind of crazy week 1 with a couple of epic games.
Yeah.
Specifically the Sunday night, and I'd say the Monday night game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people had expectations for what they believe their team could do. Rivals, about how much you did not want your divisional rival to win, and there's so much more to come with week 2 because there's expectations of getting back to a 1-1 or approaching a 2-0 or whatever it may be. So right now half of the league is winning, half of the league is losing. So
yeah, and you and me, my friend, we are in that 0-1 category.
We are in that losing category, yes sir. We are in that losing category. But that's kind of what happens when you get new coaches, and speaking of coaches, you had an interesting stat or I guess read that tell me what happened again.
So there was only one rookie head coach that won his debut. It's Mr. Liam Cohen of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So
shout out to Liam Cohen.
Ben Johnson lost, Brian Schottenheimer lost, Aaron Glenn lost, and Kellen Moore lost.
Wow.
So,
well,
rough day for rookie head coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? It's there's only so much. I don't know. There's only so much that you can get done as a first-time head coach and expect to win week 1. Like there's a lot of change in every single organization, and you need them to be on point to get a W. W's are not easy in the NFL.
Well, yeah, and to be fair, each team had a chance to win their game.
They did.
I think the weather delay really messed up the Cowboys' potential win there. We saw the collapse of the Bears last night on Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Your Jets lost in excruciating fashion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately on that piece. And then same with the Saints and Kellen Moore. They lost. They had a chance to go tie it up and couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's only week 1. That's why there's many weeks of football. There's 17 games in 18 weeks. So this is why we do what we do. This is why we cheer for who we cheer for. And, with that, though, I would like to segue into a bunch of news, though, because we have a lot. We have a ton of news.
It's the whole show, baby.
That's it. Yeah. So we're gonna try and run through this for you guys. Bear with us. We're gonna try to make it as fun and plentiful as possible.
Yeah. Quick and efficient.
Yeah. And but we cannot do our news without our sponsors. So this the news is brought to you by Norse-Hall.com. That's Norse-Hall.com if you guys want some hot sauce, some mead, some honey wine. And right now their website is a little bit under construction, so bear with that. But when it does come back, you guys can get all the hot sauce and mead that you guys would like. And also brought to you by FGM Label. You guys want some tight beats, some good sounds that go along with your show. Maybe you're an artist of some sort and you need some really, really good music. Or you go to FGM Label, First God Movement on Instagram. And with that, we will start off with the Eagles. Okay? The Eagles to acquire Tank Bigsby from the Jaguars. Okay, so we have our first major trade of 2025 season before week 1 has even come to an end. According to Ian Rappaport, the Eagles are trading for Jaguars running back Tank Bigsby. According to Adam Schefter, that Jaguars will receive a 2026 5th and 6th round picks from Philly. There is a slight wrinkle with the return. Okay, so Michael Duraco, he said the 5th round selection is the pick the Eagles received from the 49ers with the Bryce Huff trade. So that pick is set to improve to a 4th round pick if Huff hits 8 sacks in 2025. In that scenario, the Eagles would send that newfound 4th round pick to Jacksonville instead of the listed 5th round selection. So
intriguing. Cool. Well, I'll go up to Detroit. So the Lions and Jameson Williams agreed to an extension. So Jameson Williams was already under contract with the Lions through the 2026 season, but now he will remain in place beyond that point because the ascending wideout has an extension agreement in place. So the team and player worked out a deal on Saturday, according to NFL insider Jordan Schultz, and the deal is 3 years in length, and it's worth $83 million with $67 million guaranteed. Since Williams' 5th-year option was picked up this spring, he's now on the books through 2029.
All right, not too bad. Nice little signing there. Speedster out of Alabama there.
Yeah, hopefully he can put it all together.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna stay with that kind of notion there. The Titans extend safety Amani Hooker. So Amani Hooker will agree to a 2nd extension in Tennessee. The veteran safety will put pen to paper on a new 3-year deal before week 1. Jeremy Fowler reports. Okay, so the longtime Titans starter is signing a 3-year, $48.6 million accord, one that comes with $29 million guaranteed in total. Hooker was set to enter the final season of his previous deal as 3 years, $30 million. This will mark a significant raise for a player extended 2 GMs ago. The Titans have since announced the extension.
Nice. So I'm going to stick with the DB room, and this time we're going to go to Tampa Bay, and the Buccaneers have taken care of another extension before week 1. This time it's cornerback Zion McCollum has a new deal in place. So McCollum's agents announced on Friday, according via ESPN's Adam Schefter, an agreement has been reached on a 3-year extension. The deal has a value of $48 million, includes $35.4 million guaranteed. McCollum was set to enter this season as a pending free agent, but now he will be under contract through 2028.
Sweet. Another great extension. I like it. And you know what? I'm going to stay on the defensive side of ball right now. We're going to head over to Denver. Okay, so Nick Bonito agreed to a 4-year extension Thursday, as first reported by Jordan Schultz. The pact has maximum value of $120 million and contains $70 million guaranteed on the Broncos. Bonito's extension is now official, meaning he is on the books through 2029. An announcement from his agency notes this pact has a base value of $106 million, according to Tom Pelissero. As a result, This latest high-profile piece of Broncos business carries an average annual value of $26.5 million. That figure ranks 10th amongst edge rushers and an indication of the major surge that positions market has witnessed over course of the offseason. If Benito maxes out the value of the pack, he will become the 7th pass rusher to reach $30 million in annual compensation.
Wow. This is some pretty big extensions getting handed out here.
It really is. It really is. And you know what though? I mean, it's a lot of these people, they're not waiting, so they're getting it paid now. You know what I mean? And I think it's good for the GMs. I think it's good for the organizations.
They're not following the Dallas method.
Probably not. I don't see that. No.
All right, so let's go switch over to the offensive extensions here.
Mm-hmm.
So the 49ers and right tackle Colton McKivitz agreed an extension. So the team and player have a 3-year deal in place. Per McKivitz's agents via Adam Schefter, the extension is worth $45 million and includes $27 million guaranteed. San Francisco's right tackle was a pending free agent, but he's now on the books through 2028. So the $15 million average annual value of this deal is a notable raise from McKivitz's previous San Francisco contracts, and it represents another example of how the right tackle market has thrived in recent years.
Nice. Let me stay on the West Coast for a second.
Sure.
Because the 49ers also bring back wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne is indeed heading back to San Francisco. The veteran wideout has a deal in place with the 49ers per a Monday announcement from his agency. Bourne's pact is a 1-year in length and has a maximum of $5 million. San Francisco hosted him on a free agent visit recently, and an offer was made. Shortly after also meeting with Commanders, Bourne has chosen a familiar landing environment for the 2025 season, which would be the San Francisco 49ers.
All right. So I'm going to go, I guess, East Coast. And the Steelers are set to sign safety Jabril Peppers. So fresh off their Week 1 win against the Jets, the Steelers are signing veteran safety Jabril Peppers per NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo, because starters Deshaun Elliott and Joey Porter Jr. both left Sunday's game due to injuries, Elliott being a knee, Porter Jr. being a hamstring, which is already further depleting Pittsburgh's already thin secondary. The Steelers elected to carry just 8 defensive backs on their initial 53-man roster, 4 corners, 4 safeties. Now they are left vulnerable due to injuries.
Jeez. I'm gonna stay with the 49ers. They got a lot here.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had so much here. Okay. So the 49ers will be placing George Kittle on the IR. A Week 1 hamstring injury is expected to sideline tight end George Kittle for a few games. So the 49ers have opted to place him on the IR and open up a roster spot, according to Adam Schefter. Kittle, who's 31, will be sidelined for a minimum of 4 games, making him eligible to return to San Francisco's Week 6 visit to Tampa Bay. It's another blow to the 49ers offense, and that started the season without wide receivers Brandon Ayuk, who has a knee problem on the PUP list, Demarcus Robinson, who has a suspension, Jacob Cowing, hamstring on the IR with a returning designation, and Robinson will be eligible to return in Week 4, while Ayuk and Cowing will be out at least until Week 5. The 49ers then saw Kittle and Juwan Jennings exit their regular season opener with Brock Purdy playing through shoulder and toe injuries to finish the game. Initial tests on Jennings' shoulder indicate that his injury is not serious, but Shanahan has non-committal about Purdy's Week 2 status.
That's huge news for the Saints since
That's
they
a
played
lot.
the 49ers.
Yeah, there's a lot going on over there, dude.
Well, I actually have a little bit more to add to the 49ers. just a bit. So with 2 of his 3 field goals failing to split the uprights on Sunday, Jake Moody's 2024 struggles appear to have carried over into the 2025 season. As a result, the 49ers are waiving their former 3rd-round pick per NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. So Jake Moody impressed as a rookie by converting 84% of his field goals and had a league-high 60 extra points. Since then, it's been disastrous. So he is out, and the 49ers are signing Eddie Pineiro, who exited the 2024 season as the third most accurate kicker in NFL history. So this should be a breath of fresh air for 49er fans to actually get a guy that can get it through the uprights.
Yeah. All right. Gonna go down to South Beach for a second. The Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is accused of domestic violence. Tyreek Hill's ex-wife is alleging the Dolphins wide receiver committed several acts of domestic violence against her, according to TMZ. Hill's attorney has denied the claims, calling them part of a shakedown, quote unquote. While Hill was established himself as one of the century's best wide receivers and will almost definitely be headed to the Hall of Fame, questionably, domestic violence represents an ugly cloud over his career. An arrest while at Oklahoma State in 2014 is the most serious of the incidents. Hill was also part of a 2019 scandal that alleged domestic violence. He has managed to avoid NFL suspension, thanks in part to a rule at the time in which off-field incidents prior to a player's time in the league could not be impacted the league to impose a ban. But another round of trouble is afoot for the fourth-year Dolphins wide receiver. Also avoided a suspension for an assault on Miami area marina worker in 2023. So Hill's ex-wife has accused him of multiple acts of violence beginning in January 2024. Hill and Vaccaro were married in November 2023. They separated 17 months later.
Well, I think we have some more troubling news. So this comes from the opening game on Thursday night. So we have Hawk Tua Gate? Is that what we're calling this?
We might have to.
I mean, this is, I don't know what we want to call it. Well, we're still working on ideas, but essentially the NFL is going to fine Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter. No suspensions incoming, all basically from the incident of Jalen Carter spitting on quarterback Dak Prescott. So he's going to be fined about $57,000, which is a game check for him because he was ejected without playing a down in week 1. So I think there's some controversy here too with the video coming out where Dak kind of spit in front of him and then he retaliated. So I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go over to Cincinnati real quick. So the Bengals placed Lucas Patrick. The Bengals placed Lucas Patrick, guard, on IR. Although the Bengals signed Dalton Risner in late August, they gave Lucas Patrick the right guard job. Patrick did not make it out of the Cincinnati's Week 1 game, and he will be shut down for a while. The Bengals placed Patrick on IR today. That will keep the veteran interior O-lineman out until at least Week 6. The Bengals signed defensive tackle Mike Pennell from their practice squad to fill the empty roster spot. So Zach Taylor said that the calf injury Patrick suffered would sideline him for at least multiple weeks. The Bengals will not carry him on the 53-man roster while he recovers, and it will be interesting to see if Patrick can regain his starting right guard job. The Patrick-Cody Ford competition did not impress, leading to Risner signing. Risner replaced Patrick in Cincinnati's lineup following the injury, and the 7th-year veteran will start in his place Week 2.
Well, I have one last piece of news, and this is going to be for all the cap nerds out there. All right, so the Saints have restructured Taysom Hill's contract. So the 8-year veteran is coming off a torn ACL that ended his 2024 season, and he was placed on the physically unable to perform list during roster cutdowns. So the move is not a traditional restructure, which converts his base salary into a prorated signing bonus. Instead, $6 million of Hill's 2025 salary was converted into a per-game roster bonus. Since he started the regular season on the PUP list, he can receive $500,000 per game up to 12 games. So with this move, the Saints save about $3.6 million with the restructured deal, according to Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football. And the deal was still void on the last day of the 2025 league year, which makes him a free agent after this season.
Oh, man. Well, I think
And that's it.
I think that's everything. I think we did a really good job on covering that.
Yeah, we went through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, not too shabby.
We look at the clock. Oh man, it's been 45 minutes. Wow.
I mean 20 at least. It's I mean that's okay. That's all right. That's now everybody here is now updated. Okay,
Yep.
everybody's good. Everybody's now we can get into some nitty gritty stuff here. But what do you say? I got an idea. Let's go over some week 1 shenanigans. What do you say? A lot happened in week 1, C-Dub.
That it did.
Um,
It did. Where do you want to start with?
I mean, let's start with the kickoff here on Thursday. Cowboys and Eagles. Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Fresh out of no Parsons. Okay.
Yep.
And let's be real. I think it took a significant hit putting any pressure on Jalen Hurts, even though it was still a close divisional game. I always put these divisional games that they're going to be closer than people think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, each team knows each other, so they're going to be, very familiar with each other, despite the new coach and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think you really felt Parsons' presence just gone, because I don't think they did a good job of stopping the run game. I mean, Kenny Clark had some highlights during the game, but I do think it was very beneficial that Jalen Carter got himself kicked out of the game. I think that helped out the Cowboys quite a bit.
Yeah, kind of kept him hanging around.
Yeah, how do you feel about the CD Lamb slander with him having 4 drops in that game?
Look, I mean, if we're gonna be real, yeah, he shouldn't have dropped him. He's gonna come back with vengeance. He's a professional. I think he understands what's going on. And he'll get it back together. It's almost like a couple of years ago when Jamar Chase had the drops at minicamp. Nobody drafted him in fantasy football. I did in like the 6th round. Nobody wanted to touch him, and you ended up with a golden goose.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's kind of ridiculous. Like, yeah, people have off days, and it is what it is. But
still shaking off the rust. Week 1.
Yeah. Do the Eagles look a little bit vulnerable to you? I feel like they didn't execute it at such a high level like we expect them to.
I think you're right on that. They didn't, and that kind of goes around with. I'm going to use this as a segue if I could. I think that's the right thing. They didn't execute as well as they should, especially when they were halfway through the season last year. They were a machine, right? You gave the ball to Barkley, and if you didn't, you had more than enough pass catchers, 1, 2, and 3, and your tight end to maneuver. And it's week 1, and people are shaking the rust off. They're trying to see what works, what doesn't. They have a new offensive coordinator over there, so they got to see what's working. And you know what? It's the same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs just could not get a lot of momentum going until like that 3rd or 4th quarter, and that was our second game. You know what I mean? That second game was, another divisional game. If we can move into the Chargers,
Yeah. I mean, I think 2 things really stood out to me in this one. First one, I think it really hurt them in the pass catching that Worthy went out on that friendly fire, hurting his shoulder, and he was gone for the rest of the game. I think they had a lot of plays dialed up for him and his speed, which I think hurt them a lot. And 2, I think we're finally seeing Justin Herbert play to the level that we expect him to. That high elite top tier quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, they passed the ball. They threw the ball, and I think that was a game plan, knowing that they can't run against this Kansas City run defense, who was elite, ranked I think 1st or 2nd last year, and you're gonna want to work around that as best you can, even though that offense is predicated on running the ball. You saw what they did. They drafted a running back in the 1st round. You bought Najee Harris. You have Greg Roman. Obviously all signs point to run the ball. But if you're a head coach and you want to play the chess game, and this is a divisional match, and you want to catch them off base, the only way to win the division is to beat your division rivals. And you got to do it early and often.
Yeah. You don't have too many Herberts running around, so you might as well use his arm to the full advantage.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I commend the Chargers for doing what they did.
And I think you saw the rush defense look really good too. I mean, when you have Patrick Mahomes, who leads the team in rushing yards,
Hmm.
that's probably a pretty good day there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and before we move on to the next game,
Hmm.
how do you feel about that sideline incident with Mahomes where he lowered his shoulder and struck that DB? Do you now feel like there's going to be a huge target on Mahomes?
Yeah,
More
absolutely.
than there already was?
Yeah,
Like, that's
because
just like, come on, man. Like, really? You're going out of bounds and there's nothing the defender can do there. Like, what are we doing here?
no, I get that it's a football game, and I'm not knocking Patrick Mahomes for playing a tough game or really lowering his shoulder, but it was uncalled for because you know that if it was the opposite way, a flag is getting called immediately. If
Oh, yeah.
you touch
Yeah.
Mahomes, you see yellow. You know what I mean? So let's not get that mistaken. You know what I mean? Am I
Yeah.
knocking him for it? Not really. I understand that you're trying to show some toughness, but also you're trying to get away with something here too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that a quarterback can get a cheap shot on. And I think depending on where he is going to play, and it might be against the Chargers again, there might be a call that just we're gonna let that one go.
Someone's going to light him up, dude. And
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
he brought that upon himself. Like, I feel like we had to touch that part. I just,
No, that's yeah. You know how it is, man. Yeah, it wouldn't be. Hey, we already got a little drama for week one. Why not? There's more
yeah.
drama to
You know,
talk
by the way, there was multiple spitting incidents over the weekend.
about. What is
So
this? What is
I
this?
don't,
Reels? Is
I
this
don't know.
cops?
I think there was a spitting incident at the Florida game, at the Abilene Christian and Stephen F. Austin game. There was a player that spit on another player, and that got kicked out too. And I was just like, what?
I don't understand. Yeah, that's a little wild.
Wild, wild. But we can move on to the next one.
No, you're good. Let's pull out the big upset here. Okay, the big upset. Everybody said
The Raiders over the Patriots.
no, no.
I'm just kidding.
Let's go deeper than that. Let's go.
It's got to be the Steelers over the Jets then.
No, because the biggest upset is I wish.
Just give it to us
Miami Dolphins getting pummeled. They didn't just lose; they got pummeled
at home.
by the Indianapolis Colts. Well, I mean in Indianapolis, but
It was in Indy. I thought it was in Miami.
yeah, no.
Well, that goes to show you.
That's all right. But
I can't read.
but you know what? How many times have we? I had high expectations for this defense. That front four looks pretty good. They have talent on this team, do they not? They do. They have
Yeah.
great running backs. They have great wide receivers. They have a good defensive front.
They got MVP favorite Daniel Jones.
Well, I'm talking about Miami. I expected more out of the Miami.
Nah.
I mean,
You've been talking about the demise and the imploding of Miami
it's
all
not
off
that.
season.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not that they don't have talent. They have talent.
Is this one of those instances where like the coach is just a dead man walking and the team is quietly quitting on him?
I'm telling you, dude. Like we have been talking about this.
That's really unfortunate if it is because I like Mike McDaniel a lot.
Yeah, but he has no control. Even Rex Ryan recently said the team is soft.
Yeah.
And you know what? Prove otherwise. Because if you are a Miami fan and you do not see the writing on the wall right now, you're just blinded by you take a step back from the television and watch the show from a different angle because they didn't name Tyreek Hill the captain for this year. Okay? They took that away from him. Number 2, Tyreek Hill is saying out loud that A-Chain should not be running the ball on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. You know,
And
so
short yardage.
you're openly just saying these things. You have no respect for the coach. So I think he wants out, to be honest. You know, and I've been saying this, like you said, I have been saying this. This organization is going to fail. Week 5, week 6, I'll be surprised if it makes it that far. Mike McDaniel is going to get fired.
And I think it's I know each team does a little bit differently, but don't the players vote on who the captains are?
I don't know. I don't know what happens down in Miami.
Yeah, I know every team is a little bit different, but I
Yeah.
do believe the players have a big say so in it. But yeah, I mean, as much as we're going to talk about Miami and all that, I think you have to give a ton of credit to Indianapolis here. I mean, making the decision to go with Daniel Jones, you know, and then you have all these playmakers. You have a lot of talent on the Colts. And he just comes out and has such an efficient day, 22 to 29 for 272 and a touchdown. Was able to use his legs a little bit. Like, you saw a finally healthy Daniel Jones, and you saw someone who, left the Giants, spent some time in Minnesota, and now gets his opportunity in Indianapolis. I think you see someone that's kind of improved and is giving them a chance to succeed here.
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Taylor showed up. A little bit of an injury. That's what, you know what I mean? That happens. Michael Pittman. You know what I mean? Like we can Tyler Warren. All of a sudden Danny Dimes is back. All of a sudden
Yeah,
Danny Dimes is throwing dimes.
he broke the streak. I guess they had lost 11 games straight in their home openers.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Everybody had the Colts losing. Everybody in the pick'ems, everybody everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we picked them to win. We picked them to win.
Yeah.
But look, you know what? Are the Colts, let's ask ourselves this. Are the Colts somebody we should take serious? Let's not forget they had a good defense last year. I know it didn't look good as a team as a whole, but should we start taking the Colts a little bit more serious here?
I mean, just a few years ago, Gardner Minshew had them in the playoffs.
He was slinging it then too, dude. He
So,
was fun to watch.
this isn't. I don't know. I think they got the talent. They got the roster construction. I mean, I like a lot of the guys they have on there. I think Michael Pittman. A little disappointing day for Josh Downs, but I think he can bounce back and have a bigger day.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, you get 18 carries from Jonathan Taylor. That's great. Ride your workhorse.
Yeah.
He's the one that's going to make the engine move.
Yeah. And you know what? For fantasy owners, there was a neck injury there with Jonathan Taylor, right? But at the same point, for fantasy owners, don't be afraid to look at Giddens right now. Okay, if you have a chance, and we'll get into a little bit of waiver wire after this, but take a look at Giddens because you never know how bad these neck injuries could be. Can we? Which direction you want to go? You want to go Cardinals and Saints or Panthers and Jags?
We can do the Panthers and Jags.
Okay. All right. So Panthers and Jags. Dude, I don't know, man. The Panthers, Jaguars winning 26-10. Panthers just not looking like they had any juice going on over there, man. I mean, they do have new weapons and everything. They got Tetaroa. They have, I know Coker's out on the IR. Legette's there. They just traded Adam Thielen away. But
do you feel like the weather delay had a big hand in that?
I think it can. I don't want to throw that to the side like, oh, it had nothing. It's just the Panthers. No, I think that can have a lot to do with it because when you have players that are playing for so long, right, and then say you take let's just say an hour lunch, right, you're going to come back different. Your adrenaline's not going no more. You got to stay stretched. You have to, you know what I mean. We've seen this in baseball games too, in other sports.
Yeah, and I think it was great to see Travis Etienne kind of look like his former explosive, fast self.
Yeah.
He's 16 carries, 143 yards. He looked great out there. And I think that's what gave them the confidence to ship Tank Bigsby to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like the right timing too. They got to see what they have in ATN. I think Tootin got a couple carries there too as well. And they didn't really play Bigsby too much, and I think that was kind of the writing on the wall as well to be like, hey, we're kind of shipping him out. You know what I mean? You want to keep him healthy if you're going to make a trade.
Yeah, and I think also it was a good debut for T-Mac. I mean, he finished with 5 catches, 68 yards, but you saw him run some crisp routes, be able to get open, use that big body size to make some catches. Like, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, They just kind of owned the Jaguars. Just kind of owned most of it. Just time of possession, first downs, total yards, passing yards, rushing yards. You know what I mean?
Cohen's an offensive genius, man. So
yeah, and when you tend to own the turnover bit, you tend to own the game itself. You know what I mean? Usually that's what happens. So it is what it is. But I mean, the Panthers move on, and they will try to recover and reset and see how that goes. So
yeah, can we go to the Bengals Browns game?
Yes.
17-16 win by the Bengals here.
17-16.
Pretty interesting game. I mean, I read a stat the other day that the Browns held the Bengals to a total of 7 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
And I sent you a couple of highlights from the game, but Myles Garrett was getting after it. Like, he literally looked great. He got some tough shots on Joe Burrow.
He did.
It was brutal. It's like, man, I hope he gets up from that. But I mean, you have Joe Flacco, who threw the ball 45 times.
Old man Joe.
290 yards. It seemed kind of like a weird target distribution. Yeah. They were really getting the rookie tight end Harold Fannin Jr. involved. Mm-hmm. I mean, he overshadowed Njoku. I'm not sure how Jerry Jeudy. I think he looks like 5 catches, 66 yards. But I think it was just a weird game overall. The defenses really came to play. And I think Cincinnati really squeaked by with a 1-point win there.
And look,
they had no reason to win that game.
That was something that we said would probably happen. What do the Bengals do? They start off slow. And let's go back to the other point that we said before. It is a division game. I don't care how bad your team is, how good your team is. When you play divisions that play twice a year at least, okay, you guys know each other. You know your chess moves. You know what's happening. So games like this they're gonna be closer than people think. What happened with Aaron Rodgers when he was on the Jets week 1 against Buffalo? 9-11. Buffalo comes to town. What happens? 4 plays after that, Aaron Rodgers goes down. Guess what? The Jets still beat the Bills. It can happen. The Jets were not a solidified team here. The Browns
always bring it to the Jets, huh?
Yeah, It's all I got. It's all I got.
This is a PSA message. All Bengals fantasy owners, don't panic. No. It's going to be okay. They always have a tough time against the Browns, especially early in the season, but it's going to be okay.
And by the way, without that trade happening between me and C-Dub, I probably would not have won this week. I don't think.
You're welcome.
Yes. So thank you. So we traded in Dynasty Josh Allen straight up for Joe Burrow. And,
before we made it a compensation league, just for the record. Just for the record. This is supposed to be a fun league.
I didn't and
now it's different.
I didn't push for it.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey.
Hey, you want to play? You want to play dirty? We could play dirty.
All right. Let's go to. How about we do the Bucks and Falcons one? This was a very entertaining game as well.
Yeah. Another division game, right?
Yep. And your boy, Egbuka, coming clutch with 2 touchdowns and the game winner there.
I plugged this man in to my fantasy.
So, also, how much of the panic meter do we need to hit? Because Baker Mayfield led the Bucks in rushing yards with 39 yards. You had Irving, who averaged 2.6 yards per carry. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, the Falcons, Tyler Algiers averaged 2.4 yards per carry. Bijan only averaged 2 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm. Again, look, let's go back to the division thing again. Okay, it's a division game. I mean, if you want to go by these division games real quick, 20-24, 21-27, 23-20, 17-16, You know what I mean? Like these are, and then some other ones.
21-6,
21, I think that's the biggest separator right there.
17-13.
17-13. Yeah, I mean, or 13-27 too, right? But it's like these
Mm-hmm.
27-24 again, right? If we're looking at these are you
Divisions are always
have
going to be close matchups. That's like just say
on
it.
on top of you have more than 1 week to prepare for this first game.
Yeah.
You have all of training camp. When that schedule comes out, somebody's looking at that game and they're, well, this is what we can do. You have a lot more time to prep. I wouldn't panic personally. So if you guys are thinking of like I need to trade or I need to do this in fantasy, like relax, take
It's
a chill
okay. Yeah.
pill. It's
Week
week
one's just to
one.
test the waters. Just put the toe in real quick.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
what's going on.
it's okay.
But I was really pleasantly surprised with how well Penix played, not only through the air with his arm, but also on the ground with his legs. He looked like the Falcons have their guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's sad.
And unfortunately, Drake London went down, and
It wasn't too bad of an injury, right? It wasn't too serious.
They are.
I think it's a shoulder.
Yeah,
That
they're gonna take a look.
X-rays were negative.
Yeah, it's not like a worthy shoulder. He's a lot bigger and stuff, and it wasn't that hard of a hit.
There was no need for that. We don't need to come into the size of these guys with that. Come on.
I mean, I'm just
he's
saying.
So much bigger than Worthy. Like, oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is for the little guys out there. Like, no, don't. No, we ain't taking that. You're gonna big dog you, dude.
Well,
not today.
Well, when it takes longer for Worthy to get back.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine. Taylor must have.
She put some voodoo on him or something.
She was probably playing against Worthy, and Travis was like, "Hey, don't worry, I'll take him out.
I got this. Yeah, I got this."
So, all right, what Raiders Patriots? This is also another one that we both had strong feelings about. Mm-hmm. The Raiders pulling out the dub.
Yep, they were going over there. Look, I just think that it's Vrabel being off for about a year or so, right? Just kind of
he spent too much time in Cleveland.
He was over in Cleveland. I forgot that too.
Yeah, that's the issue. He spent too much time in the losing culture over there.
Well, I think him coming over, it's gonna he's Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll kind of knew exactly what he wanted to do. He got his old quarterback in there. He got a system going. He knew what OC he wanted. Not to say Vrabel didn't, but I think Pete Carroll was a little bit closer to.
He's the Energizer Bunny. It's infectious.
That dude has the strongest jawline I've ever seen.
Dude, like the amount of energy he has for being like 90 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible. And Geno Smith is still playing out of his mind. He played great last year. He's been a good quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. Geno Smith is good, and he played well yesterday. You'd like to see a little bit more from Ashton Genty. Kind of, you get 20 carries, you don't even get 40 yards. A little tough, but again, it's week one, still early in the season. But I'm really excited. Hopefully that Brock Bowers' knee is okay. They play on Monday, and he was trying to go back into the game, but they said nah, just for precautionary reasons. So I'm sure he's going to be fine. But
yeah, they said
he's not McCaffrey, so we're good.
They asked him, and they said that he kind of brushed it off. He said no, everything was good, so it is precautionary.
He's like, no, man, I got 2 knees, I'm good.
Also, physical therapist Deepak has actually looked in, and he looked at the film.
Shout out Deepak.
Yeah, shout out to Deepak, and said that the way that it bent a little bit, nothing crazy, nothing wild, very, very simple. He should be good to go for week 2. So, other than that, he says he definitely believes, this is a physical therapist too, that looks at these things, from a point of view of video and all this other stuff. So it's a good look to see.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, if you look at the Patriots, Drake May seemed to look pretty decent. Look, it was just a tough nose game, but he found his wide receiver 1 in this game, dude. He found Booty, he found out who he wanted to throw the ball to, and that's who it is. Henderson had a little bit of a breakout too. Nothing too bad. If you guys, don't panic on Henderson, just wait till Stevenson fumbles the ball, and he will. And
He
that's
got
going to
11 touches. He got 5 carries, 6 catches. I mean,
yeah.
And then he had a total of 6 targets. I mean, it's a good day.
6 targets is pretty good. Some wide receivers don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're finding out a plan for Drake May, and we kind of took Raiders with a little bit more experience. That's I think that's where we were focusing on.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can head over to my game next if you want to do that.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you had the Cardinals visiting the Saints. Ended in a 2013 loss for the Saints. Kyler Murray threw 2 touchdowns. The Saints defense was actually getting pretty quick pressure on Kyler Murray. So it was good to see the defense played well. Spencer Rattler finished 27-46, 214 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he was sacked 1 time. He actually looked fairly good, and I think he found his new favorite target in Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, and not for nothing, you're talking what, 8 receptions?
8 receptions for 76 yards.
Yeah.
And it would have been a bigger day, but unfortunately, Rattler threw a pass in the end zone to Jawan Johnson, who caught it. But as he was going down, Budda Baker made a phenomenal play and hit him and knocked the ball out as he was going to the ground. So
good defensive.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great defensive play, but I mean that was probably one of the better balls that Rattler had. It was great pass around the money, perfect position for his receiver to make a play. So you saw a lot of improvement, and a lot of great qualities from Rattler. He looked like he really had a good command of offense. A little shaky on that first drive, but he really started gaining his confidence, and he made some great throws out there. So
yeah, and if you go over there, I guess Chris Olave, looking like how's his injury looking?
I think there might be some sort of rib issue because he got lit up pretty bad, and I don't know if that was more like a play design thing or if that was just I don't know. It was kind of just a weird, funky play, and he paid the price for it. Yeah. And it feels like, unfortunately, almost every game he just gets lit up for no reason.
Yeah, it's he takes a hit, man.
So I hope he's okay because, I mean, he looked good. He was really crisp in his routes. So.
Okay. You want to move over to Jets and Steelers?
Walk me through it, man. I didn't get to watch this one as much because unfortunately the games were on at the same time. So
you're watching yours. I'm watching mine. Look, if I get it as a Jets fan. There's no moral victories. A loss is a loss. Okay, there's a lot of missed opportunities. Our defense, the Jets defense, let up a lot of points. Okay, and there were more schematic things. So a lot of those schematics are things that where you're not picking up your guy through the slants. You're not picking up the guy, those kind of things. And Aaron Rodgers had a field day with 4 touchdowns and over 300 yards there. So he's going to do that. But the defense did get after him. Those front 4 were getting after him. They were stopping the run. They were ready. Phillips, that trade was amazing that they did with the Vikings, okay? Because Phillips clogged that hole and Briggs from Cleveland clogged the hole, and they did not let a lot of running first downs at all. They were, I think it was an average of 2 point something per carry, and they were not letting it happen. Justin Fields going over to the Jets offense.
Yes.
Justin Fields looked great. There's nothing bad that you could say about it. There's a debacle whether or not he should have just ran for the extra 3 yards, gotten the first down, called a timeout, or spiked it. He threw it to Wilson. Ramsey popped it out, and that was the end of the game. It was what it was, right? But it's not – look, we messed up on special teams, okay? Gibson had the ball in the wrong hand on special teams. Steelers made a great play, fumbled the ball, got it back in the 20, scored, and they made 2 scores, I think, in under like 4 minutes, okay? Or,
Tough.
But what did the Jets do? Something that the Jets never do. They answered back. They got back down there, had a 12-play run, 7-8 minutes, and they scored again. So, and then you had Boswell that hit a 60-yarder to seal the deal. Okay, this is this is not a bad game. For the defense, it is. For the secondary, yes, they got cooked, they got burned, right? But Justin Fields looked like he had an O-line.
Justin
Brees
Fields, I love him. I think he's
Brees
great.
Hall finally had over 100 yards. Okay, Braylon Allen had
Yes.
a touchdown. Garrett Wilson had over close to 100 and a touchdown.
Yeah, 7 for 95 and a tutty.
Yeah, so these are things that you're looking at. They barely, I think they had 3 or 4 passes to the tight ends, Ruckert and Mason Taylor. Okay, they
Yeah.
said they were going to run the ball, and they did. And not only that, at times they really focused on running the ball to the right side, eliminating TJ Watt out of the problem, out of the issue. Okay, we're going to do that and keep him out of the game. And you know
Yeah.
what? It just didn't fall in our place. Stupid penalties. That's kind of what got us too. So some stupid penalties. Aaron Glenn said, "I don't care who it is. If they're going to play like that, they're not going to be on our team. So buckle up, because these games are not going to get easier, and AG is going to buckle down harder." So
Yeah, Fields, he counted for what, 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, one through the air,
mm-hmm.
I think.
Yep.
So, if I may, just I want to peek forward just to week 2. How do you view Justin Fields in that week 2 matchup against the Bills?
The Bills still need to work on their defense. Now, if the Bills find the weakness again, it could be another shootout. Not for nothing, it really can be. Because if we're going to run the ball all over everybody, look at what Lamar Jackson did
Mm-hmm.
to the Bills defense, and that's without Mark Andrews.
That was going to be my point. Yeah, I think that was Mark Andrews played.
He didn't really do much.
Yeah, I don't think he was part of the game plan. I think they wanted to get more Zay Flowers and
Yeah.
D-Hop and whatnot. But, yeah, I think seeing the blueprint of what Lamar Jackson was able to do,
Mm-hmm.
I think Fields brings a similar skill set, not to the same level, but similar skill set that they can exploit and take advantage of that Bills defense. So, I don't know. I'm excited for Fields in week 2 to see can he do it against tougher competition. But, I mean, the Steelers were projected to be one of the top defenses, so –
yeah,
I don't know.
And I'll say this: shout outs to Jalen Ramsey, made some really, really big plays in that game. Calvin Austin finally getting a chance to showcase his speed. I think he at least had 1 touchdown. He may have 2 touchdowns in that game. Aaron Rodgers was just finding him and throwing it to him. Freiermuth was involved. Jonnu Smith was involved. Like they were spreading the ball around as much as they could. So
yeah, Calvin Austin was 4 for 70 with 1 touchdown.
There you go, 1 touchdown. He looked fast, and
Yep.
he was burning Stevens. So
Yep.
You know what? Shout outs to him. Good job on the Steelers side, and we'll see what happens week 2.
All right, I think we have one more game in the early window. Giants Commanders.
It's
about what we expected, right?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, nobody. I didn't expect the Giants to win. I did expect they did kind of hold them a little bit to that front 4 for the Giants is pretty solid, pretty solidified. Russell Wilson did not look good. Okay, he just didn't. He was running for his life, and this is what happens.
Do you think that's due to a Russell Wilson, or do you think the Washington defense is that much more improved?
I just don't think they've worked on their O-line. I just, this seems to be the same thing every single time with the Giants. You had Saquon Barkley. Where did he go? Somewhere else. Why? Because he wants to go somewhere that may have an O-line or get paid.
He was only sacked twice in the game.
Yeah. I don't know. And there was one thing that bothered me about the Giants defense. I'll say this.
The Giants defense or Washington?
Sorry, Giants offense. There were some drop balls in this game. Okay. Theo Johnson dropping balls. People just...
Malik Neighbors dropped me too, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, guys, this is a divisional game. All right, so the offense is not looking too good. Okay, Russell Wilson running for his life. You could see what's going on the sideline. Malik Neighbors having it out with Dable. Okay, and they just weren't happy about it. There were also talks about Dable asking upper management whether or not hey, what do you think about Jackson Dart possibly going in?
Do you believe that though?
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean, you're the
know.
head coach. You're gonna make the decision,
I
right?
would
Like,
right. That's what I'm
I don't know.
thinking.
I think that's a fluff thing. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but in my personal opinion, I just think that's BS.
I feel like if
Sorry.
the coach is there, the coach is the one making the decision, right? You're asking
Right.
him to coach the players and make
Yeah.
decisions what's best for the organization and the team while they're on the field.
Yeah. I
So
don't know. I don't know. But I will say, like, I do like the fact that Malik Neighbors got 12 targets. That means they're looking to get him involved and they want him to be the offense, basically. Right.
170 targets last year.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's still going to continue to get opportunities as long as he can stay healthy.
Yep.
That's exciting. You know, I don't care who's at quarterback. They know they get the ball to one. Right.
Yeah.
But I think on the flip side, Jaden Daniels, I think he looks solid. I mean, 19 to 30, 233 yards and a touchdown, ran 11 times for 68 yards. He
Mm-hmm.
looked good. He looks like he's going to have a strong sophomore season. But we got to talk about Bill. Bill had 10 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown with a long of 42. Is Bill the greatest running back ever?
Bill can speak Braille. Okay. This guy can win a staring contest with the sun. All right. Bill Krosky Merritt is going to be a great player in this league. And remember when we were talking about it, just like, yo, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just keeps getting more and more recognition, more and more. All of a sudden, oh, by the way, like they traded away Ryan Robinson. Oh, let's move up a notch. Oh, okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, everybody's contract is gone after this year. Oh, we're going to move up a notch. And then you see it in preseason, and then they sit him right afterwards. And it's like, oh, okay. And you know what? Good for him for getting week one, getting it in there, and doing what he does best.
Yeah, I think him and also Debo Samuel looked really good too. He looked
He
like
did.
old Debo. You know, he had a carry for 19 yards and a touchdown, but he had 10 targets and he turned that into 7 catches and 77 yards. Like as Terry McLaurin starts to get more acclimated and back, so he missed all of training camp and preseason,
Mm-hmm.
right, with his hold in, right? So it's exciting to see Debo kind of back. I think he's fully healthy. I mean, the dude had pneumonia last year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited about this Washington offense. I think they're still improving, and they look good. It was the Giants, but the Giants' strength is defense. So I think it's exciting.
A note too. Abdul Carter made a mistake. He went to go rush in and he stopped and he put his hand up like this, like he was playing basketball instead of just rushing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't like, he literally stopped, put his hand in the air and one hand over here like he was playing basketball, and his feet were spread out wide like this. And I'm just like, dude, this is not basketball. And then what did Jaden Daniels do? He's like, hey, you're going to stand there. I'm just going to wing it. And he threw it right into the end zone. It was a missed pass, but I'm like, dude, like, I know that he's shifty and he's mobile, but you have to put pressure on him. You're not putting pressure on him by stopping 4 feet in front of him and acting like you're a threat from 4 feet away. Like, I'm going to send you that video when I get a chance. You're going to be like, what is he doing?
Yeah, I haven't got to rewatch that game yet. I only got to see some of it. So
I'll see if I can send you that. That was hilarious.
all right, we got 6 games left, my friend.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do?
I mean, I guess we can go Titans Broncos.
Yeah, let's do Titans Broncos.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward looked good.
He did,
but he didn't get much support, much help from anyone on his team.
No.
He was running around for his life. Receivers were dropping passes left and right, but the type of throws he was making and the decision making, I think it was all there.
Yeah, he looked sharp. He did look sharp, especially against. Now I'm not going to say a all cylinder run defense right now. They were making mistakes of their own and everything. But to go against that kind of pressure of a defense, I would say that he did look very good. People were dropping passes. Surtain was really not letting Ridley do anything. Ridley couldn't really break free of that, and Eric Aomanor actually he had some great plays. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a
He
dude.
looked good. Yeah,
He's a dude.
he looked great.
His hands are suspect.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
but he looked great. I will say that.
They also had 2 fumbles in this game, and they lost both of them. One from Pollard and one from Cam Ward. So turnovers is not going to help you against this defense.
Yeah, this was a kicking game. You know what I mean? It really was. The best kicker won, pretty much, almost.
But I also think the Tennessee Titans defense is a little underrated. I mean, they were giving Bo Nix fits the entire game. I mean, Bo Nix had 2 interceptions. He fumbled the ball too, and he only completed what, a little more than 50% of his passes. Like
Yeah, he was
he
getting frustrated.
he was under duress most of the game. So just something to monitor. He could be in a small little sophomore slump, but it could be nothing. It could be the Titans defense is legit.
And we talked about this last year. You know what I mean? The Titans, as bad as they looked last year, their defense actually did not look bad at all. Like, you know what I mean? In the beginning of the season, they were tightly knitted and they were making sure they were making plays. So, you bring somebody else in here and you're just the general of your offense, and all that switches the dynamic for everybody. Like, everything's we're gonna fire on some cylinders here. Cool, let's do that. So I think they were ready for the Denver Broncos. They lost the game, but I don't think that they really did terrible.
Yeah, I think the head coach made some questionable calls and decisions, but we'll see how that progresses.
Yeah. Evan Ingram got hurt in that game. He's questionable to go into week 2. I mean, that's kind of his MO here, but
It's your joker.
that's the choker. Yeah, that's. Ooh,
You never know what you're gonna get.
never know what you're gonna get. RJ Harvey, disappointment as far as fantasy footballers. Okay, I get it.
He had 6 carries for 70 yards. I mean,
they're
just
expecting,
because they wanted
yeah.
Bo Nix to throw the ball around all the time. Like, come on, no.
Yeah, well,
That's a great debut.
Well, it's not bad. 6 carries, yeah, but I mean, for fantasy football people that had this whole entire thing, they wanted at least like however many points, and it's just like, guys, you have to, settle it down.
He that 150-yard run, he looked good on.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta give him time. Like, even some of the greats, they don't perform until week 3, week 4. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't hit the panic button yet.
Not yet. Week 1. It is week 1. All right. We good with the Titans Broncos?
Yeah.
All right. Niners Seahawks.
This is a pretty entertaining game.
Yep. Kittle, another tight end down. We discussed that before on the IR here.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy also had a little bit of an injury. They don't know where he's at for week 2 just yet. And
shoulder and toe.
Yep.
He kind of made some mistakes. I mean, he had 2 interceptions. I think he was sacked multiple times. He was sacked once. But
put pressure on him.
Yeah, he was having to run around, use his legs, and I think you got the full McCaffrey experience. I mean, he got 22 carries and 9 catches.
So, and he even used B Rob over there too. So
he got 31 touches in his first game back, even though he had a calf injury. Like, it's I don't know. You know who they want this offense to run through? Obviously, McCaffrey, Kittle, Ayuk when he's healthy, but now they're just down to McCaffrey. Ricky Pearsall, he had a good day. 4 catches, 108 yards. He had 7 targets. Like, he looked good. He was able to get behind the defense. Very promising. Now, if it's Mac Jones throwing the ball, I don't know how that makes me feel, but very promising.
Yeah, I mean, he could hyper target him possibly if Mac Jones is throwing the ball in week 2. That's definitely a possibility, considering that he's kind of, besides Kendrick Bourne coming in, maybe one of the only wide receivers that he's familiar with. I don't know. Or maybe they'll just be the very smart person and utilize a tight end, a secondary tight end. I don't know who's back there, but
Jake Tongs came in for Kittle and actually performed very well. He had the game-winning touchdown.
Okay,
it was a really great catch too. But I think also you want to look at on the flip side, Darnold. He was 16
Mhm.
to 23, 150 yards. Didn't look great, but he, like you said, hyper targeted his favorite receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba. 13 targets, 9 catches, 124 yards.
He is
Like,
due for this.
yeah, like
He's due
he
for this.
is their offense. But I think one thing to note is Zach Charbonnet actually got more touches than Kenneth Walker and is able to do more with them.
Yeah.
So I think this could be the transition. Kenneth Walker has been a solid player. He's been great in Seattle, but I think he's a free agent after this year. So this
Yeah.
could be the beginning of the end for him.
It could be. And let's not sleep on that. Seattle's defense did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
49ers defense did a great job. Okay, that we
Their
talked
defense
about.
won the game for him.
Yeah.
Well, they also almost
49ers.
gave it up too, but
Yeah, they
when
did.
it counted.
Saleh is back over there in the 49ers. That's why look, it's going to be hard. I stood by 49ers winning this division, but at the same point, it's very hard to see that happening while people continue to get hurt. You already had a slew of wide receivers go down. Now you have the one guy that you saw that was going to get peppered with targets because your wide receivers are down. Now he's out. Maybe they do use B. Robinson a little bit more because now you really only have Bourne and Pearsall. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens in the future. But both defenses, I think, played at a very high level. Very, very defensive game to watch. It could be boring, but those divisional wins early count so much.
Oh yeah, yeah. So are you ready to move on to the next division game?
Yep,
Lions Packers.
let's do
The
it.
Micah Parsons debut. I think he looked good. He was able. He got a sack in the game. I knew he wanted that one bad, but I don't know. A little alarming for Detroit. I don't think they looked great. Run game was not able to do much of anything. They do have some new interior linemen, which makes it a little bit difficult as they're starting to gel and all that. But man, you got Goff throwing the ball almost 40 times. It's not really a recipe for success there.
No, and we talked about this with it kind of benefits the Packers here with Parsons going over to that defense that was already pretty good. I mean, you listen to Flint Given. Okay, Flint also has a ton of information on the Green Bay side. He knows his team very, very well. He's very honest about his team, and he gives us very good knowledge about it. Parsons just added to it on top of the Detroit Lions losing 7 coaches. That's a hit. That's a real big hit. You're talking about you lost your offensive line coach, you lost your offensive coordinator, you lost your your passing game coach. Like your quarterback assistant coach. Like this is a lot that and they came out. They just couldn't get any real good rhythm here. Gibbs Montgomery. I don't think he did. I correct me if I'm wrong. I think people expected more out of him in this game.
Yeah, Montgomery had 11 carries, 25 yards, 4 catches, 18 yards. Gibbs had 9 carries for 19 yards and 10 catches for 31 yards.
10 catches for how many?
31 yards.
They were ready for him, man. They were ready.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers defense is no joke. I do think it make them a favorite in the NFC North, but also I think that makes them a contender for the NFC Championship. I mean, Jordan Love, 16 to 22, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they're able to spread the ball around with all their pass catching weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, Dobbs had 4 targets, Jaden Reed 5 targets, Wicks had 2 targets, Tucker Kraft 4 targets, Matthew Golden, their rookie first round receiver, had 2 targets. I think he also had an injury in that game, so I don't know if he played the full game, but they spread the love around, and they also relied on Josh Jacobs to end the game.
Yeah, you just don't know. I mean, he's such a beast, dude. Even last year, when having the 32nd overall worst running back schedule of the year proved everybody wrong that he could still do it. Okay, Josh Jacobs came up in a big way last year, and this year is going to prove it even better because you can't get any easier than what you had, get any harder than what you had last year. You know.
And real quick, we do have some breaking news for the Packers.
Yep.
So even in the midst of rehab for his torn ACL, the Packers were rewarding receiver Christian Watson with a 1-year, $13.25 million contract extension per his
Wow.
agent Adisa Bakari. The extension ties Watson to Green Bay through the 2026 season, allows him to focus on getting healthy and not having to play this season for a new deal. That's according to Adam Schefter.
Nice.
So,
Well, good job on the you know. Yeah, I mean, and look, back to the point too, like Josh Jacobs has the 10th easiest now running back schedule this year, and opposed to the 32nd last year. He's got to do more damage,
yeah.
you know?
No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if I was a Josh Jacobs fantasy manager, I'd be excited. A little nervous about the Lions. I think
Mhm.
hopefully you expect them to bounce back, but again, this is a lot of new coaches, so it's going to take time to fully implement their scheme and kind of bounce back and be the Lions that we've seen all over the last few seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay, let's go into Texans and Rams.
Shout out, Luis.
Shout out Luis, baby. Um, I'm gonna keep saying this until people get it. I'm worried about this O line. I'm worried about this Texans O line.
Because he was sacked 3 times.
He's throwing balls at people's feet. He can't get settled. He can't throw the ball. You have 4 out of 5 new offensive linemen, and you have people because I mean, we're the ones that do all these comments here, right? You have people, oh, it's better than last year. You don't even know who they are. They didn't know who they are until
Yeah,
a
I
week.
don't know if you can say it's better, but you have
It's
hope that they
unknown.
would be improved.
It's
Yeah, but I
unknown.
think
Like
the
that's
Rams defense is no joke. I mean, that's a tough
no, you
opening
you
matchup.
you called them. You were talking about them before the season started that they would
Mm-hmm.
be a very difficult defense.
Yeah, man. I mean, like they got some dudes on this team. I mean, but it starts with Jared Verse. I mean, the defensive rookie of the year from last year. Dude's a stud. I think he's going to be.
Florida State.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
going to be. He's going to be a big time deep defender in this league. A great pass rusher, and he's kind of what makes the engine go for that defense.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, not to mention, it was very wonky. You didn't know what Matt Stafford was going to be looking like. Like look, one of the toughest SOBs in the NFL. You can't deny it, right?
Hands down.
Yeah, the guy gets hit, he gets back up. He's going to play through anything, and that's just what he does. But he's also going against a really, really good defense on the Texans side, right? So 2 defenses going at it. You know what I mean? Trying to.
It's great defensive game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you just had Stafford who kind of gutted it out and found a way to win the game. I mean, 14-9. That's a pretty good game. And I think one thing that kind of sticks out to me is there was a lot of talk about Sean McVay and he wants to take some pressure off Kyron Williams. He still ended up with 18 carries.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the rest of the running backs, only other running back to get a carry was Blake Corum. He got 1 carry for 2 yards. So it's the Kyron Williams show. He got his contract extension. McVay absolutely loves this man. Or Kyron Williams has some serious dirt on McVay. I don't know which one it is, but like Kyron Williams, if you have him in fantasy, like I think that's sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah. In fantasy, by the way, I want to have nothing to do with this running back group in Houston.
No, me neither. I mean, you had Nick Chubb lead the way with 13 carries, but I don't know. If anybody on the Texans, I'd want Stroud and the pass catchers. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and defense. It's defense.
And it's only because of the unknown.
Luis. Oh.
Yeah. Because of Luis. Luis did not. I was on the phone with Luis actually, and he did not like my take. He's like, "You got us losing the Arizona Cardinals? Damn, dude! I didn't think we were that bad." I was like, "Dude, the OL is just unknown. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's unknown. So I can't. It's really hard for me to place that they're gonna be X ba ba ba. If you had even 3 solidified offensive linemen that you knew what they could do in the NFL already, I could say yes, they can beat that team. But for now, since it's an unknown and 4 out of 5 are brand new, you know, I can't really just say, "Yep, that's a win." No, you got to earn it. You got to come back to earn it. You know.
Yeah. Also, I think all the Puka managers are ecstatic. I mean, dude had 11 targets, 10 catches, 130 yards.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it, but he got hit in the head and his eye started bleeding.
I heard about this. I didn't get to
It
see
was
it.
it was crazy. Like he was just blood coming down from his eye.
Yeah.
Looked like he was crying blood. It was like he left and then came back and was still just balling.
That's what ballers do. Ballers ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Puka Nacua just has no shame. He just throws his body out there and plays basically like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
So
Should we move to the ecstatic Sunday night game?
yeah, I mean, I think this game probably single handedly won me half of my leagues. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm right there with you. Thank you.
You know? Yeah.
We made that trade, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't gotta keep bringing it up. It's cool. I
I'm
get it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it looked easy. The Ravens made it look easy against that Bills defense. But then there was a moment in that fourth quarter where things started to shift, and
Mhm.
you know it only took but yet one fumble from one of the greatest running backs in the league, and
In history.
yeah, and God help anybody that has to go against him week 2 in Cleveland. Okay, because he is going to unleash vengeance for that.
So I have a question. So most of the turning point was in the fourth quarter. Do you think it was due to the fact that most of their fans were leaving the stadium and were shown leaving the stadium?
Who?
The Bills fans. There was a ton of Bills fans that left the stadium
Oh, really?
in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Do you think that was some sort of like kind of pissed Josh Allen off and he was like, you know what? Nah. They should have stayed. Now this makes me mad.
I mean, maybe he's pretty open about that kind of stuff. If he would have said it, I'd believe it if he
I think
said
in
it.
the interview after the game, he said, "Hey, next time you guys should stay. Have some faith." So I do think it had
Did he
something to
say it?
do
Okay,
with
I'm gonna
yeah
look back into that. That's great.
yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, dude, you got two of the best quarterbacks going at it. Lamar Jackson, 14 to 19, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Josh Allen, 33 of 46, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns, 14 carries for 30 yards, another 2 touchdowns. Like
Wow.
these got to be the two MVP favorites, right? Like I know we'll get into that, but like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man. This game had everything, and this was probably one of the best games that I've watched in a really really long time.
yeah. How could it not be, right? I mean, you have, you know, one of the best running backs in the league fumble the ball, which he never does. You know,
It's very rare, very rare.
very rare. And you know what? It changed the momentum of the game. Completely changed the momentum of the game, and they went back and they scored again. And then it just kind of kept happening, and then they just kept rolling downhill. And then all of a sudden, their defense started making plays because their offense was, and they fed off of each other. The offense fed off the defense, and the defense fed off the offense. And it's like, and they made it happen. And
And how about Matt Prater, dude? I mean, you have I don't know, Buffalo's normal kicker is leaving my mind right now. Tyler Bass. You had him go down with an injury, so he goes on IR. They signed Matt Prater like a few days ago. He comes in and has a perfect kicking day. 3 for 3 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points.
yeah, I mean, he
He,
came in cold too. He
he's like
came in
60.
cold.
He's like 60, but hey, he's out there doing his thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's used to the cold.
Yeah, and
He's
I think
played in so many spots.
yeah, I mean he was in Denver for a long time. Most recent, I think, was Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think we saw huge growth from Keon Coleman from
Yep.
year 1 to year 2. I mean, I think he's going to be the main guy going forward. You know, Shakir is going to be a playmaker, the guy in the slot. I think Palmer will get some looks, but I think Keon Coleman is the guy in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And my guy Dalton Kincaid, 4
Yep.
catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. He looked healthy. He looked good.
Yep. Let's see if he can stay on target with that. I mean, look, if
Mhm.
that's what you're getting, and you're getting 8 points plus a tutty, if you're talking 14 on average, odds are they'll target him more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
look, and people are hating on me. I've been called a hater for this, but I just have to see it. But if that's what they're going to do with him, yes. You know what I mean? Like that's what
Yeah.
you're looking for. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah. But I mean, on Baltimore side, the Zay Flowers show. I mean, he was the main focus in the passing game. He got some carries in the run game. He is the Baltimore Ravens' number one option
Yeah.
in the passing game.
Speed. Speed.
Speed,
That's what they
quickness,
did with him.
routes. I mean, exciting. And going into the season, I've always liked Zay Flowers, but I've never been like the biggest Zay Flowers fan. But I ended up with him on almost every single fantasy league I have, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
Helped me out quite a bit. I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Some people were saying, no, don't draft him. Okay. You've seen some of them. You and I share a lot,
Yeah,
and you've seen a
you
couple of
draft
them.
talent. You draft the talent.
It's exactly what you do, and you know what? Good for you for drafting Zay Flowers because he is he's a force to be reckoned with. He's speedy. He catches the ball well, and you know what I mean. He can make plays and make people miss too. So, and he
Yes,
laughs
sir.
like a little badass. So
He's got good teeth.
he does have good teeth. And I'm thinking, was there one other thing I wanted to talk about? No, I think that's it. It was just a good game overall.
Sorry, Nick. Hope your team bounces back, buddy. Love you.
Yeah, big hearts, big hearts. Yeah. So let's go to the last game of the week: Vikings and Bears. And
so I did not get to finish this game, and I have not watched. I did not get to watch the fourth quarter.
Okay, so all
You're
right.
gonna have to fill me in on.
So basically, it was kind of running slow. It was a very boring game, kind of going, throughout it, kind of defensive wise, going back and forth and back and forth. McCarthy just didn't look like he had it. He was very,
Rusty.
very wish-washy.
He hadn't played football in 600 days.
Yeah, his mechanics looked off. I'll be honest. He just didn't look very, very, very good. On the other hand, when that fourth quarter came in, you started to notice that shift, and they had to make changes. And O'Connell, dude, great coaching by both. Okay, Ben Johnson as well. They let him sling the ball to when he had to sling the ball, but also he was rushing when he had to rush as well. He was stepping into certain situations and delivering. And it's just like, what is happening right now? Where was this the first three quarters, right? And they were making.
I think both quarterbacks are really athletic.
You saw Caleb Johnson take off with some speed too. I will say this though, like Caleb Johnson was having some problems with, trying to. I've seen a couple
too much.
of. Yeah, but
he tends to like fall into that habit of playing Superman too much,
and he doesn't have to because I'm telling you right now, Swift looked pretty decent, okay, and I just wish that he would just kind of not hold on to the ball for so long.
Yeah, I mean that's always been his thing since college, since Oklahoma USC days, and I don't know if that's due to the fact that he felt like in those teams he didn't have the talent around him. To trust them. I mean, this is the NFL. Like everyone is good in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So you have to trust your playmakers. You have to trust the scheme. So I think eventually he will get back on track. I mean, the first couple of drives, the first quarters that I saw, I mean, he looked great. He did end up holding the ball on too long and trying to do too much with his feet, but I think you saw the promise and saw what he could be, which still gives you a lot of promise and a lot of hope as Bears fan, as a fan of these young quarterbacks, that he could be good. I mean, he didn't look super, I guess, fluid, but he looked fast. He looked athletic. I mean, he kind of stumbled around, but he was able to be shifty in the pocket and kind of make some magic happen. And when he used his legs, he got some good chunk yardage.
Yeah.
So
I would say there was some pivotal moments where Oliver had caught it, the tight end caught it, and I don't lackadaisically he kind of started just running towards that pylon like he had it, and the Bears defense just stuffed him on that 2-point conversion and could have completely changed the narrative of the game.
which team was this?
The Vikings,
Okay.
Oliver, the tight end, he caught it for 2 points, and I don't know why, but maybe he's just a slow kind of guy, but it looked like he didn't have urgency to get across that pylon.
I think he's more of
And
a blocking guy. Blocking
yeah,
tight end.
and the Bears defense delivered, man. Like no, we're gonna stuff you right here. Like you're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
And kudos to both defenses. Mason looked really, really good. I will say
I was gonna
that.
bring that up. Yeah, Jordan
Yeah,
Mason. I mean,
he looked electrifying.
Yeah.
With the small carries that he had and stuff like that. Like
he
you
ended up
could,
leading the team. He got 15 carries.
he's gonna take that off, and I think they're trying to keep both of them healthy. That's what I think, because I
Yeah.
know Aaron Jones is gonna be. He's been a lead back for years, right? And he's
Yeah.
always out with an injury every year.
I think what they're trying to do is have Jordan Mason be kind of like the bell cow in terms on the ground,
Mhm.
and use Aaron Jones to spell him, but keep Aaron Jones in the passing game, because Aaron Jones has always been a great pass catcher. He's able to get out, runs great routes. So I think it's a great 1-2 punch for Minnesota and takes some of that pressure off McCarthy.
Yeah, I mean, even if and once you do have the pressure locked off of you, and you know what I mean, even if you're not running the ball, and you can use those guys as pass blockers, you still have Hawkinson as a short threat, and you have Jay Jetta out there doing what he does, and just wait until Jordan Addison comes back, and you still have Adam Thielen as a wide receiver 3 when he does. So I think that they will have. I think they'll have more momentum moving forward, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But so will the Bears. I think the Bears will too. They look pretty. They looked a little sloppy, but a lot more disciplined than what they were last year.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Ben Johnson will kind of coach some of that out of them and get this team back in the right path. And I don't know what their strength of schedule is, but if I was a Bears fan, I'd be really excited.
But with that, we'll do a little teaser. This Thursday, September 11th, Commanders, Packers in Green Bay. What are you thinking with that?
Right off the bat, Green Bay. I don't know why. I don't know how this happened, but I feel like I've been the biggest Green Bay truther since we started all this in the summer. I before the whole Parsons and all that, I had them projected to win the NFC North. I just think I'm really excited about those weapons. I think Jordan Love takes another leap this year. You got Josh Jacobs able to carry the load. And before that, you had Parsons, you had a really solid defense. Got some great linebackers, some really good edge rushers. You got Xavier McKinney, some great defensive backs back there. I'm just really excited for the team as a whole. I think it's going to be a really good test for Washington. And we're really excited to see what James Daniels can do against this type of defense. But I still think Green Bay is going to take the dub there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh man.
On the spot.
Yeah,
Pick one.
I think it could be a shootout, dude. And I don't think it's going to be low scoring. I think Micah Parsons in that defense is going to bring the pressure. At the same point, though, Jaden Daniels is great on his feet, man. Like he just makes plays happen. He's the magic boy. He makes things. He makes you run around and look kind of silly sometimes, and he always seems to make a play. Whether it's with Zach Ertz, his new guy Debo Samuel, who looked great. Will McLaurin get more activity going? Will good old Bill? Will he make some crazy
Boo, boo, boo,
yeah.
boo, boo, boo.
There you go. There's a top dog of the week, Baker. So I think you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Commanders squeak it out.
All right.
Squeak it out.
So we're split. We're split here.
Yeah, square. I think they're gonna squeak it out.
We'll come back and we'll revisit it.
Yeah, but that's again. All the previews of Week 1's games are brought to you by north-hall.com and FGM Label on Instagram. If you guys want some hot sauce from north-hall.com, right now their website is being worked on, so have patience with that. But if you need some tunes and everything, go to FGM Label on Instagram. Let's get into baby. All right. So some
If you're
things
still
that
here
happened.
with us,
Yeah.
shout out to you guys.
Shout outs to you guys. Yeah. We'll make this short and sweet. Okay. But let's get into some quarterbacks. Okay. Real quick, some waiver wires that you guys would probably like. Look, Daniel Jones looked great. Okay. I'm gonna throw a couple out there, and I think Daniel Jones is a good one to look at. Okay. I also think that Geno Smith. I'll put Geno Smith out there. Geno Smith, I think, did a
Mm-hmm.
pretty phenomenal job throwing. Actually, they threw the ball more than anything, and I think those are two solids that you should at least take a look at if you're desperate right now. Don't have the panic button with Bo Nix right now. Okay, a lot of these games were simmered down. There's not a lot of QBs that went crazy this week, except for like Lamar and Josh Allen, and with Jordan Love, just a couple. You know what I mean? It's be patient. Don't.
So two guys that I'd recommend. This guy right now is the number 7 quarterback in fantasy. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Old man Rodgers. I think he's a solid option. We saw what the passing attack's gonna look like. He has the weapons, and I think he's a solid option. And another one is Michael Penix Jr. I think was kind of slept on as a dual threat. He can run the ball. He's a good passer. He's sitting as QB10 right now. So if he's out there, I think he's definitely a feasible play.
And also, I'm gonna throw in. Yeah, I might be biased here, but I'm gonna throw in Justin Fields if he's gonna.
He's number 2 quarterback right now.
If he's gonna give you the rushing ability with the easiest schedule for quarterbacks in the league, along with Michael Penix Jr., 5th easiest. These are guys that you want on your team, especially as a backup. If you have a guy that's not performing, at least you can go back and know that you have these guys that nobody picked up, and both of them are in the top 5 easiest schedules for the quarterbacks this year. Along with, by the way, Aaron Rodgers is in the top 10 or top 11. Okay, yeah. And you always know that Rodgers is going to be very methodical about it. He's going to go through his process, and he's going to give it to the best guy. So,
yeah, I feel like Fields is on that border. Like he might be on the waiver wire if you're in a smaller league.
Yeah.
If you're in a deeper league, he's probably not there, but definitely go look for sure.
Yeah, I would. I think those are good rushing abilities right there too. So not so much Rodgers, but the other two, Penix and Fields.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to run into some running backs, I would say look, you have some ability here. With there was some, like, a lot of people are probably gonna hit the panic button on Caleb Johnson. Don't. Okay. He shouldn't have been playing anyway. All right, put him on your bench. You don't know what Arthur Smith is going to do.
He's a stash. He's a stash.
He's a stash, yeah. And I know a lot of people are going to want to go do this right now and go pick up Gainwell. Do not go pick up Gainwell, because you don't know what Arthur Smith is going to do. You have no idea. We've seen what he did. Slander. Yeah, when Bijan was over there, Tyler Algier was the best thing that ever happened to the Falcons. So,
hey, Algier is good, okay? I don't care what anybody says. Algier's good.
All I know is that everybody picked Bijan in the first round, and Arthur Smith is a hater of fantasy football.
His receiving is what saved his day, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He had 20 yards on the ground.
Sorry.
So your pick is Caleb Johnson?
No. I would say if you have him, stash him. But big name, I would say take a look at Dylan Sampson. He could really be on a lot of waiver wires right now that people don't even know about. Jerome Ford didn't really look good in this last game. He kind of looked very slow. Dylan Sampson, I think, if he's on there, go take a stab at him. Like he's, you know what I mean? He can definitely do some work for you on, a fantasy lineup. And I would go a little bit farther. Dylan Sampson, by the way, is like number 8 in strength of schedule. Kyle Monungai. This is a stash, though. This is a
Mhm.
stash. Okay. There's a really good chance that he can get some really good run time within the next couple weeks. That I'm talking 4 or 5, or a few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. He can start getting a lot of play. The guy has never fumbled in Rutgers.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great pick. A one guy for me, he may be out there, he may not be. I think it's kind of borderline if he's rostered or not. Zach Charbonnet. He's a
Mm-hmm.
guy that I took late in a lot of my drafts. I think he's one that's going to be primed to take over the bell cow role in Seattle.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier in the show. I just think he's got a good chance to seize that backfield and continue to be a factor, even if he's in a timeshare there. Him, and then another guy is your dude Braylon Allen. I think he's kind of that good red zone threat. He's a punishing runner. He's got the good size. I think he's going to continue to get carries in that offense, and he's going to be the goal line back.
Yeah.
So
I'll give out one other one. Due to the trade and everything, look, I've seen some stuff where ATN isn't even on rosters. Okay, which is wild. If he's on there, go pick him up. Spend a good amount of money on it on your fab if you have to. With Travis Etienne Jr. And you know what? If he isn't there, go pick up Bashal Tootin. Okay. He is going to be your running back too. They are going to give him opportunities. It looked good for ATN, but at the same point, it took him a while to get back to where he is. So I think it's really good to have a backup like Tootin, just in case.
cool. You want to go to receivers?
Yeah, we can go to receivers.
I mean, my first one, I talked about it a couple shows ago, but I think Hollywood Brown. I mean, that's my number one guy. If he's out there, he got hyper targeted. We don't know how long, whether he's going to be out with a shoulder injury. Hollywood Brown, I mean, he's fast. He got 10 catches, 99 yards. He was the number one receiver for Patrick Mahomes. So you got to trust that Big Red and Mahomes can get this offense back on track, and I think he's going to be a big part of it. So Scoop him up, he's out there.
Yep, I think it's a really, really good call. I will go Cedric Tillman. Okay, Cleveland Browns. I think this guy has proven that he's going to be part of the game plan. Look, he dropped the pass for 2. Like some things happened in the game, but obviously he is being focused on. He is being leaned on. Joe Flacco threw how many times? 40 times, something like
45,
that.
45.
Yeah, 45 times. Cedric Tillman, he's not new to this, okay? And it showed that, him and Jerry Jeudy are part of it. Fannin is going to be in there. I get that. We'll get to the tight ends in a second. But Cedric Tillman is another one that I would lean towards.
Yeah, and I think another one, I mean, this we have to talk about him, is Quentin Johnston, the receiver for the Chargers.
Yep.
It looked to be a favorite target of Justin Herbert. You got a ton of receivers there, so I think it kind of opens it up, the pass game for him to kind of have that one-on-one coverage. I mean, he had 7 targets, 5 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. So I think it's definitely – he might not be a weekly play, but it's definitely one you'd want to scoop up and have on your bench. So –
I will I'll lean towards this, and now he was drafted in a couple, but I still seen leagues where he is not drafted, and that is Emeka Egbuka. Okay, if this guy is floating around on your waiver, like this guy is a stud. C-Dub talked about him all in the offseason about how well he was going to do in this offense, and it came to fruition on the first week. Okay, 2 touchdowns. I forget the yardage that he had, but he looked like a stud. Okay, so I would say if he's on there, go get him. So do you have anybody else?
For receivers, the only one that I would probably mention, actually I have 2. They're smaller, speedier guys.
Yeah.
Calvin Austin III
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh, especially if you're going for an Aaron Rodgers pickup. see if Calvin Austin III is out there too, because he had 6 targets, touchdown. He looked fast and explosive. But also Trey Tucker with the Raiders. He only got 3 targets, but he's a big explosive playmaker. Like he's small in stature, but he's got speed for days. 2 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. And Geno likes to throw the deep ball, so he could be kind of like a Tyler Lockett replacement for that in Las Vegas. So say those 2 guys.
I will give you another 2 in case nobody got Ricky Pearsall. Okay, just yet. Juwan Jennings is out again. Okay. I would go get him if he's on there. Odds are he's probably there, but there are a couple leagues where these guys are on there, and there probably are a couple people out there saying, well, obviously, but there are people out there that don't play often. This is their first year and they just wouldn't know. So this is for those people. And Kayshon Boutte, okay, from the Patriots. What he had 8 receptions, I think, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
he was a favorite target of Drake May for sure.
Yeah, and that's going from the end of last year going into the beginning of this year. So I think that that's a really, really important thing to watch, important thing to see. And let's not, LSU, right? He was injured for a long time over there.
Wide receiver, you.
Yep, and I think he's finally getting into a rhythm, and I think this could be a huge breakout for him.
All right, you go to the tight ends now.
Yeah.
First one I say is my guy Juwan Johnson.
Yeah,
he had 11
absolutely.
targets, 8 catches, 76 yards. He was really a favorite of Spencer Rattler, and he played 98.6% of the snaps. So he's on the field. He played a lot, and regardless if it's Rattler or Shuck in the future, I think he's still going to be a favorite target for these quarterbacks because you got to have a security blanket. So
yeah,
Juwan Johnson would be a great stash and potential starter if you maybe had a Kittle injury or something.
Yeah. I would actually say here, this is going to sound a little odd, but a lot of people are talking about Harold Fannin Jr. Now, for Dynasty, I would say yes. For redraft right now, you don't know which way this is going to go. Njoku and Joe Flacco are attached at the hip here, okay? But it didn't look that way. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those. I'm going to go against the grain a little bit. I'm not saying that Fannin isn't good. I think I would have him more in Dynasty though. Everybody's going to go pick this guy up because he had great numbers, and I understand that. But you don't know where Joe Flacco is going to throw the ball next. Like this could be a very you pick him up, you put him in, and he gives you 3 points. And I don't want that to happen, people. I'm going to push against that. If you do, I would be very, very cautious about playing him right off the bat. That's just me.
Yeah. And I mean, I think one of the more popular names is going to be Jake Tongues with Kittle going on injured reserve. I would kind of pump the brakes. I don't know if it's been a ton of fab on that. I would go for an option with more of an established quarterback, especially with Purdy dealing with injuries. So I would look for maybe like a Jonnu Smith if he's out there, or I highly doubt it, but if Tyler Warren is out there on the waiver wire,
or even
him up.
Yeah, or even a Zach Ertz. Look, people kind of left Zach Ertz for dead, and he's still one of Jaden Daniels' main targets. Okay, and it proves he scored a touchdown this weekend. Okay, that's easy fantasy points, and even if you don't even if it's not a sexy name, it might not be a McBride, a Bowers, all these big names. He's going to get you points. He's going to get you receptions. Is he going to catch the ball and fall to the ground? That's exactly what he's going to do. But guess what? That's what he does. So, and he's going to
5 targets week 1.
Yeah, that's all you need. So, but I think that's pretty good. And here's a kicker outside the realm here. Just a thought process. If you have the ability and the room to get another tight end, right now might be a very, very good time to trade Travis Kelce. Okay? He's going to be at the highest that he can be. You have Hollywood Brown in there, but you got Rashee Rice out. Okay? You're missing Worthy now. These targets have to go somewhere. You don't know what they're doing with their running back room. They seem to split it all three ways. You have Brashard Smith, Pacheco, and Hunt splitting carries. Kelsey could get a lot of targets right now, and you might be able to get a really, really good deal knowing that a lot of people are out right now. So just a heads up, I'm not saying that you have to. If you feel comfortable with Kelsey, keep him, and you want to run with that yourself. But if you have some holes in your lineup that you just can't seem to fix, see what the asking price is. Out there, go dangle it in front of the league. I think that. Other than that, I don't know, man. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We went through those pretty nicely,
Yeah.
All right, let's get into a little bit of talk, and then this should seal the deal. All right. Oh, baby. All right. MVP is a big thing, man. Every year, everybody goes 7 different directions with this thing. Who will get it? Who won't get it? And all these different things. And we said it before. MVP is a big thing. It's most valuable player. And who got it last year?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Now, with that, there's also rookies of the year. There's defensive rookies of the year, and all these other things. So we're gonna go through a little bit, and we're gonna run through some ideas of who we think. Very early. It's very early. I understand that. So
I have a theory and idea to throw out there too, real quick.
shoot.
How about we do MVP and then we'll save the other ones for the next show. Tease them a little bit.
Okay, we can do that. So who are you thinking for MVP? If I could give you 3 shots, 3 names, who are you looking at?
Like, who's my early favorite, or who do I expect to do it, or this is who I think it is after week 1?
Well, I guess early favorite would be after week 1, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
still
guess
the
so.
same thing. But yeah.
It's really hard to say anyone other than Josh Allen.
Okay.
I mean, the dude played phenomenal. He's leading the league in passing yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he played lights out, and he has an epic comeback on his resume already, and taking down one of the AFC favorites in the league this year in the Ravens.
Yeah. It's really hard to go against that, and it's I wish sometimes that it didn't go just by what's popular. Now, I'm not knocking Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is a phenomenal.
Here's the Jets fan in you coming out.
I think he deserves it 100%, right? And I think that there is a possibility. I'm leaning towards Josh Allen as well, as boring as that may sound, where 2 people on the same show lean towards it. But for some odd reason.
Ooh, I have a dark horse.
Okay.
But go ahead with who you say, because I'm interested to see if we're on the same page with this.
I have a feeling, because his name has been down here, that Jalen Hurts could make his way towards the top here. And he's a general on the field, and sometimes he doesn't look sexy when he wins. So that could really kind of hinder his ability to get to that MVP slot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I believe that would be my. I don't know if it's a dark horse, but
I don't know if he's the favorite right now.
No, I don't think he is. That's I guess that would be my dark horse.
Yeah. So I mine's a little bit different. So my dark horse it's actually still in the AFC. But this was after the game I saw him have. I mean, he looked like he kind of gained that killer instinct, and you really got to see all of his tools on display.
Mm-hmm.
But Justin Herbert, I think that they
Justin Herbert.
continue to play how they did. They let him loose, and like they don't just focus on the run game and let him sling it. I think Herbert could be a favorite for the MVP as well. He looks great.
Their offensive line looks good. If they can keep Keenan, Ladd,
Johnston.
QC, or QJ, sorry, and or not for nothing, Trey Harris, if he has to step up, okay, like, and then you have Hampton and Trey Harris, or sorry, Najee Harris, yeah, that's some pretty good weapons over there.
He's got weapons, and the Rashawn Slater injury hurts, but they still kept him on his feet. They kept him clean. I mean, he had the time to throw, so I don't know. I think he could put it together and really make a statement this year.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that would stop him from that is more so, again, it's voting, right? We're talking about voting here because it's not voted like it used to be. It's voted by the fans, right?
It's by the AP. It's like the Associated Press.
So I would say that it's like the only thing that would hurt Herbert is the rushing ability.
Well, you saw that in the game against the Chiefs. That's how they sealed the win. So,
and then you're going against other. That's the only thing I'm saying is that you're going against other, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, my dark horse, Jalen Hurts. He can also rush, right? But I think that Herbert would probably come above Jalen Hurts, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think for here recently, it's been the best quarterback on the best record team, right? Yeah. So I don't know, but I just do. I think, like I said, if they continue to play how they did, they use his tools, they let him loose like they did against the Chiefs. If he keeps that up consistently, I think he could definitely be a favorite.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, if they keep him upright and they continue to. I don't know if they're going to keep slinging the ball like that. If they do, like, God bless them. You know what I mean? But I mean, I know it's going to be more of a. We believe it's going to be more of a running. But they threw 35 times, right?
Yep. There are 34 passes, completed 25 of them.
So yeah, I mean, hey, more than possible to see that happen. I mean, so Justin Herbert can definitely be a force to be reckoned with this year. So I don't see that, happening in a bad way. I think we can go right into the MVP question. If you guys have not, follow it at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Let us know what you guys think about MVP. We're going to put a poll up, and you guys tell us, who do you think for 2025 it could be? Could it be Lamar? Could it be Josh Allen? Could it be
Spencer Rattler?
Could it be Tyler Shuck?
Justin Fields?
You never know. Hey, the Lotto Jock taught. Hey, you never know.
And thank you for staying this long.
Yeah. So shout out to you guys are the real ballers out there. So
real MVPs.
Don't forget to swipe up on Spotify, leave us a comment, hit the 5 stars, iTunes as well. And remember, if you guys have any fantasy questions, please do not hesitate. Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Hit that follow, send us a message, or at topdogcoverage@gmail.com. We will read your email right here on the show. That way we can all stay connected. We love you guys. Going into week 2, keep it balling, keep it right, keep that dog in you. Peace.
Peace.